rolling.
Just report the facts.
Want to take a picture?
We won. They lost.
Carton Roberts on SNY and WFAN is presented by Grubhub.
Devontae Booker up the middle, play action, boot. Like, what? Give me something.
All I know is what
Just
I wouldn't do.
Anything.
I wouldn't do that.
No, that doesn't count. You got to give me something. Give me a play.
I'd sooner have Booker trying to go up over the top or swing my speedy quarterback out.
Fine.
And get the 1 yard I need.
Oh, yeah. Swing him out.
By the way, he got the yard. He didn't get 2 yards.
you knew what I was going to say.
2 weeks ago.
The play from last week.
Yeah, he got a yard.
Hey,
he just didn't get 2.
It didn't work. I would have called it, and I mentioned to you 2 weeks ago. That's what I would have called on the goal line, too, a week ago.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So the New York Yankees fired Phil Nevin. We all agree as like a sacrificial lamb to Yankee fans.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not you choose to accept it's on you, but we know why they did it.
Yeah.
If the New York Giants announced today that Jason Garrett was fired, would Giant fans say, okay, good first step? Would they accept it as a sacrificial lamb?
Good first step. Good first step. You're not getting the Giant fan off your back and realizing the issues run deeper. But, yeah, I mean, getting rid of Jason Garrett would make the Giant fans say, okay, fine, because he's got the approval rating of like 5% among Giant fans.
I think actually, it'd be a panic move, clearly. But if you wanted to throw the fans a bone, like the Yankees did, doesn't change Yankee fans' feelings on Cashman and Boone, but it threw them a little bone to gnaw on. If they fired Jason Garrett today, they have an off day tomorrow. Wednesday, they're back at practice.
Right.
Would the Giant fans say, okay, at least you did something?
You think Giant fans would complain about firing Jason Garrett?
But would they swallow it the way the Giants would want them to swallow it?
Well, look, it would go
it's unacceptable to us, too. We're going to fix it.
Okay. It would go the exact same way firing Nevin's gone for Yankee fans. The Yankee fans are like, yeah, he should go. Now what? It's exactly what Yankee fans did.
Probably right.
And by the way, Jason Garrett, and you can't disagree with this, it's easy. Jason Garrett is much more significant to a football team than a third base coach is to a baseball team.
Like, I'm trying to give you apples to apples.
No, but that's a part of the thinking here.
Because most Giant fans are Yankee fans.
No, I get it, but it's easy to do something that's not relevant. Giving Daniel Jones yet another offensive coordinator to work with, even though it would be someone from the organization, Freddie Kitchens in all likelihood, that's a challenge to a young quarterback. Okay, here's another offensive mind. Here you go.
Yeah,
Have fun. It's a much more significant move than just deading, as you called it, some coaches.
Yeah. Like if you're a Giant fan, you're a Giant fan, Big Mac, real quick. If they threw you the Jason Garrett bone, would you chew on that for a bit or no?
No. Wouldn't care.
Is there a firing they could make today that would make you say, I believe in where we're going?
No.
Dave Gettleman.
If they fired Gettleman today?
Today? No.
Yeah, no, okay.
There's nothing that could make me happy today.
Nothing.
No.
You're just going to be miserable, and probably for the foreseeable future.
I'm just going to sit here and be miserable.
Will you be miserable until spring training?
Yes.
Or can the Knicks or Nets do something for you?
Oh, no, the Knicks can do something for me.
All right.
Make me a little happy, but,
Wait, I got something. Can I just challenge this real quick? What if out of nowhere, the clear blue sky, the Seahawks trade you Russell Wilson?
That would make me happy.
Oh, there you go. I solved it.
They can do that.
Easy.
Sure.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, that'd be good.
No one sees it coming. Then he'd be pumped up.
Well, maybe Santa's also going to buy you that 9,000 square foot house that you've always wanted as well, with an in-ground pool with gunite.
Maybe someone will give me $500 and take a tractor off my hands. But
maybe
these things
somebody
just don't
would do
seem to
that.
happen.
Yeah, a lot of failed promises in your life.
A lot of failed promises.
Yeah, a lot of failed promises.
A lot of failed promises.
I tell you what, I'll do the deal, but you still got to deliver it to my house. You get it to me, and I'll give you the money.
I'll discuss. I got to look into how much it costs.
No, I want you to admit what you just did. As you finish your sentence, he stares at me, waiting for me to make an offer.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at me like, what do you got, Evan?
Your offers don't mean anything anymore.
Okay, then why is he looking at me?
Because you're the culprit.
The culprit.
You just can't solve the problem.
I promised him the American League wild card game, and by God, I gave him the American League wild card game.
Of all the people in my life, Evan has been the most.
And to thank you, he damn near killed you.
That's a different story.
Yeah. Getting in a fight at Fenway Park with Red Sox fans. Like Evan's going to be able to protect himself. And you got to go out there running your mouth outside of Fenway. Yeah. Could have gotten my guy killed.
Yeah.
Just wearing the jersey was enough outside.
Yeah. Here's Mike in the Bronx. Michael, what's going on?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Great.
So to start, if I have to listen to one more Joe Judge press conference, this condescending used car salesman who thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, it's sickening. But you know what? I don't blame Joe Judge, and I don't blame Dave Gettleman. This is on John Mara's watch.
Yep.
He has destroyed this team. I mean, Chris Mara is the head of player personnel. Until the Giants hire somebody from outside the organization to become the general manager and have full autonomy on coaching decisions, on the roster. And if that includes moving on from guys like Barkley and Jones, it does, because the new guy has to have the autonomy.
Of course.
Until Mara does that, and I don't think he will, this team could fail for another decade.
What is he going to do, though? Like, if the Giants really have a 3, 4, 5-win season, we all assume they'll fire Dave Gettleman. We've had that assumption for a while. Would he really promote from within again?
You know what? I almost think he would. I mean, there's Abrams there.
I know, but Kevin Abrams, no offense to him, won't go over well. Like, if they made the decision to finally fire Dave Gettleman after 4 years, and their answer to it was, let's promote from within, you use the example of Kevin Abrams, Giant fans would go insane. And you know what? For the first time, John Mara's got to worry about something. He's got to worry about ticket sales. He's got to worry about the fact that that building may be empty if you alienate enough fans.
If you think about what's happened with the Knicks, and I'm not saying they're ready to win a championship this year, but Dolan is finally the hell out of the way, and the Knicks now we have some life as Knicks fans. Mara has to step aside. And you use the example about George Young. That was a great example. The NFL came in,
right,
but that turned the Giants around. And until that happens, Mara still wants control. I don't even believe Gettleman hired Judge. I think it was Mara.
Well, remember, one of the toughest things for an owner to do is to give up control of the franchise he owns and let other people, run it for you. And the Maras, because of their history, starting back with, Tim Mara going into Wellington Mara, et cetera, have been hands-on people. And like you mentioned, like no disrespect to Chris Mara, because he's been involved in football literally since the 1970s. Well, he's not just like a rich kid who got appointed head of pro personnel. And I'm not saying he's good or bad at his job, nor am I blaming him for what's going on. But the nepotism there, which we would all do for our kids as well, might be part of the problem.
Look,
I don't know.
And Wellington Mara was the GM, was the de facto GM picking players for years. You probably read that in all those historical books you read about the Giants. He was the guy. And think about how ugly things got in the 70s. It was so ugly. I don't remember it. I wasn't alive. You don't remember it. You're actually too young. But it was bad. It was bad enough where fans are flying airplanes talking about 15 years of bad football. Not 5 years of bad football, which feels like 15 years of bad football. And the change that occurred, no offense to the late Wellington Mara, didn't come from him.
Nope.
It came from the league. And
the NFL said you're too important to us, so let this continue.
Guess what?
We're putting a good football guy in charge.
But the league's not saving you this time. That's not going to happen. It didn't happen with the Knicks when people used to scream that. They got to do something. Stern's got to do something. So they're going to do anything. James Dolan, to his credit, right now it appears like he hired the right guy in Leon Rose, who then proceeded to hire the right head coach in Tom Thibodeau. We'll see how it all works out. But in the moment, 100% looks great. Yep. That's got to happen. And I understand the concern from Giant fans of, is it going to happen? Because promoting from within ain't going to cut it. I'm sorry. No offense to anyone in that organization. No. That can't be the answer.
No, Giant fans don't want to hear it either. Giant fans want some young buck kid who is the hot-to-trot guy, some guy in his 30s or 40s who's got some kind of track record of success, specifically in drafting great players and then pulling off, although there's not a lot of trades in the NFL, just acquiring talent. I'll put it to you that way, right? Those guys exist, much like they do in baseball, much like they do in other sports. The Giants just don't hire them.
Well, you also can't promote from an organization that's failed. You just can't. You can do that when things are going well. That's how Ernie Accorsi got the job. George Young brought him in. He was an assistant for him and then took over the job.
Sure that's how Jerry Reese got the job,
That's how Jerry Reese got the job. Absolutely.
He worked for Ernie.
Right. And by the way, it makes sense in the moment because it's a successful organization. Are the New York Giants a successful organization right now?
No.
They're the worst team in football over the last 4 years, so it
5
can't
years.
come from within.
Don't short sell them. It's 5 years of it.
5 years.
Yeah. And the Jets are the worst in the last 10. So we got you beat 2-1. I'll give you.
We have all the bases covered in
By the
New
way,
York.
we're on SNY. What's up? Courtesy of Grubhub. Here is Donald and Baldwin. Hey, Donald, what's going on, Cookie?
How you guys doing today?
Great.
Good. I just want to tell you about Nassau County, how they work with high school football.
Oh, yeah, sure. Because that's a solid comparison to the Giants right now because they have a high school
I know.
coach running their
Yeah, but
franchise. I agree.
Oh, I was on hold for 40 minutes. That's
I'm saying I agree with you. I'm saying for other people that don't understand why we want that call, I'm in total lockstep with you. Go ahead.
How it works in Nassau County, Section 8, is that after 42 points, if you don't have your starters out, the head coach gets suspended for the following game.
Really?
Yeah,
so once you're up by 42, it's call off the dogs.
Then what do you do if you're down by 42? Are you allowed to still play football?
Oh, yeah, you do. I mean, but pretty much most of the coaches will work with each other. You put your second string guys and stuff like that.
I think there's usually, unless there's some kind of hated rival or something like that.
Right, unless you're Belichick against the Jets.
And, Donald, I would tell you this, in my experience with a lot of coaches in different sports over the last 20 years of my life, 90% of the head coaches do have that respect for one another where they get to a certain point and they do the right thing.
Oh, absolutely. But it also comes to effect where guys that are, winning pretty, even at halftime, you're up 35-0. Usually it's the first set of downs in the second half, then they pull their guys.
Yep, no, that's right. That's why there's a big difference between dad's coaching and real people coaching.
Right.
Dad's coaching, they run that bitch up like it's nothing.
Right.
Oh, it's 40-0.
Right.
Let's score another 40.
But the whole
because Johnny's got to get a couple touches.
But the context of this is Joe Judge and his team down by $1 million, continuing to play, continuing to throw the football, continuing to use timeouts. When you're down, I don't think there's any rules that are placed upon you.
No, not in comparison to the other team. It's your own locker room. There will come a point, I'm not saying it happened yesterday, probably didn't happen, where guys will say, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. Like, why am I playing? Why is that guy playing? Most notably, Danny Jones, because of the concussion the week before, because you have a bad offensive line in this particular game, and there's no upside to him playing.
Right.
Like, you can't, no one out there, so please don't call and try. There's no defense for Daniel Jones playing the fourth quarter of yesterday's game.
The defense, even though I don't agree with it, was what Carl was saying.
But it's a bogus defense. It's the 60
of them
thing.
working together.
It's garbage.
Continuing to develop chemistry.
It's garbage. We all know it's garbage. That's not going to make them any better for this Sunday.
I tweeted this out. I forget at what point in the game. Get him out. Like the risk isn't worth it.
I think you tweeted one drive too late.
Yeah, one drive too late is what I tweeted. Look at you following my Twitter.
No, here's the problem. You must tweet so often because I sometimes get your tweets, no joke, 10 hours later.
Did you get my steak tweet from Saturday night?
Yeah, I responded to it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see what I wrote back?
No, what'd you write back? I tweeted out a steak asking, is this rare enough? Because I've been criticized that I get my steak well done or medium well.
Yeah.
So we went out for a nice family dinner. The boys did a good job. I'm proud of them. And I wanted to make sure that the meat was rare enough.
But you made a terrible mistake in tweeting that out.
What was the mistake?
You didn't look at the very photo that you tweeted out.
I looked at the photo. I'm looking at it right now. I got my mashed potatoes.
Yeah, why don't you tell people what's in the back right of that picture?
Oh, the best part, the lobster tail.
So Biggs over here tweets out, is my steak cooked well enough?
That's right.
Totally ignoring the fact that he's going surf and turf.
Yeah, what's wrong with surf and turf?
Surf and the turf.
Yeah, you're damn right. We're going out to dinner. Daddy's treating himself. What's wrong with that?
Surf and the turf.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it was awesome. And
I was eating hamburger helper this weekend.
Wait a second.
My man's out there gloating, not about having the medium rare steak, but showing off in the background the surf part of surf and turf.
This was the first time in like forever, actually forever, that my entire family and my boys, a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old, went out to dinner.
Yeah.
So you're damn right I'm going balls to the wall.
Yep.
So what's wrong with the surf and turf?
Just say you ignored the surf and turf in the picture.
What was I supposed to say? Oh, by the way, I got a little surf along with my turf.
Well,
do I have to point that out?
It was right there, untouched.
So was it medium well enough? Did I cook the meat?
Untouched.
What do you mean?
The lobster was untouched. Like
First
you're
of all,
saving it.
I was.
Like you took it home.
No, I went turf,
Yeah.
and then I went surf.
Got it.
I go one at a time. I take my time when I'm enjoying something.
Okay. Listen, why not just get it Oscar style and put the crab on top while you're at it? I go for the whole McGilla right there, right? I think it's nice that you and your family had a nice, beautiful, grade A dinner.
And I even mentioned
Did you
it to
enjoy it medium rare?
Yes, I actually did.
All right,
and
so
I think
now
you
you're a
guys,
medium guy.
You guys have brought up a very good point. I even had a whole conversation with the waiter. I said, listen, I like medium well, but I've been criticized that I got to go medium rare, and she helped me out.
Good.
She said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go medium.
Nice.
I said, let's go medium.
Cut it in the middle.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I went medium.
It's like talking to a 9-year-old about his first experience with steak. That's what it's like.
Is it?
Mo's in Connecticut on the Fan. Big Mo, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing?
All good, kid. What's up?
Listen, man, let me just vent for 1 second.
Yeah.
Giants fan here. Like I said, I have everybody coming to my house every Sunday to watch games, and I know nothing but Cowboy fans. And my brother, all his friends are Rams fans.
Okay.
So now everything here is come over here and just rub on Mo. You know what I'm saying? Just pause. But let's just, let's give it to Mo.
Right.
So my question to you guys is, now my cousin booked these tickets a couple weeks ago before I knew the team was garbage.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've been having this thing since last year. Let's go see the Raiders and Giants play. Okay. He bought the ticket. Now all of a sudden, I want to go there just to see you guys spank a pig. Okay, I don't even want to see the game.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to meet you guys so long.
Okay.
So how can I get through this on that Sunday afternoon where he's bringing his lawn chair and he's going to sit in the middle of the parking lot and just gloat Raiders gear on all day long?
By the way,
So
I think you could bring the lawn chair to Reds too. I'm not 100% on that, but I don't see why not. So here's the deal: the FSU Fest is on. We'll be effing some stuff up in the parking lot, Giant-related stuff most likely. So game on. We'd love to meet you. I think officially the FSU Fest starts at 10 a.m., but I think you can get there at 9 a.m. I'll confirm that for you in the next couple of days. I think that's the deal. And if you want, Mo, as a diehard Giant fan who's feeling it right now, if you would like to be the honorary first spanker of the day, it'd be our pleasure to give you that honor.
Say no more. Say no more. I would love to get my hands and spank all over that pig.
All right, so you don't even hold on. Just make sure you're out there. The pig spanking starts at 10 a.m.
Also, to any Raider fan out there who's talking trash to Mo, your franchise has had one winning season in 18 years. Your franchise has made the playoffs once in 18 years. Are you really in any kind of position to be talking trash to a Giant fan?
This year they are, yeah.
This year, they're 4-2. They have a new head coach. You think they're winning that division? You think they're making the playoffs?
They apparently are the only racist, misogynistic, sexist human being that's ever done any business with the NFL.
Only one.
Yeah, he was the only guy.
Only one.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that on Friday. The NFL dumped that story on Friday when nobody was paying attention and said that they reviewed all 650,000 emails involved in the Washington case. Yeah. And John Gruden was the only offensive email. He's the only guy. Oh, you talking about sacrificial lamb, boy.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm now, see, I don't subscribe to this behavior, but I'm interested when other people do. John Gruden got put up on like the stake, like it was the Salem witch trials, and he's the only guy that went down. Nobody else, not even Bruce Allen.
No, he already lost his job.
Not Daniel Snyder.
What's to bring Bruce Allen down?
Nobody else has suffered the slings and arrows this year but John Gruden. And I do know there was a settlement with the Raiders, so he's fine financially. But reputationally, he's the only guy.
Right.
And the NFL, literally, I'm not making this up, you can look it up, came out on Friday and said, there's not another single
laughable,
objectionable email in the lot.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm sure.
Okay. If you're John Gruden, that's got to bother you.
Sure.
That's bad enough I got hosed.
You want to bring it down?
John Gruden could bring down ESPN
He could bring it all down, but if you're John Gruden,
and others.
If you're John Gruden and you're probably getting a lot of money from the Las Vegas Raiders to go away, don't you want to just go away? If you're vengeful, sure, you can make this real ugly. But that real ugliness could bring out more ugliness from you and cause you more embarrassment.
Like, going to get uglier for him? He's been accused of being a racist.
It could get worse, sure.
Like if you're John Gruden, what's worse than being called a racist, a sexist pig, and a misogynist?
Just more evidence of it, that's all.
Right,
just more like indisputable.
Public's already made up its mind.
Yeah, but
Public's not going to change.
Why not go away and take your money? Why not go away?
He still gets his money. He got his money.
Yeah, but why cause the risk of anything else that could happen with trying to bring it down?
Well, if I'm John Gruden, I've got a bone now with Roger Goodell.
Would you be vengeful?
It's hard to say. I don't, like I said, I don't subscribe to doing that. I'm not a rat. Well, I know I did something, but look what that guy did.
Right.
Even through my crap, I never did that.
What's the good that comes out of it if you do it?
Like, so what I'm saying, but I understand that the mentality of, wait a minute, I'm the only guy. You're putting all of it on me. Okay. You want to play that game?
Right.
We can play that game.
Sure. He knows where the bodies are buried.
Dude, he's got the responses to his emails.
That is true.
Right?
Yeah. It's just
whatever emails he sent that got him in trouble. I'm sure he's got the response.
I'm sure he can. I guess it comes down to what do you want to do? Because here's the other thing. As unlikely as it may seem right now, John Gruden could go away, never be heard from, and then slowly get some kind of job. I predicted to you it could be in college football, not a Division I program or not a big-time program, but a program. If you try to bring everyone down, now you never work again.
Then you've made your deal with the devil.
Right. So,
I'm walking away with the money, and I'm taking everybody with me.
So do you hold out the hope of, look, if I could just shut up, go away, who knows? Maybe I can make some kind of comeback in 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to, but yeah, if you do want to, that's certainly the right way to go.
You eliminate any chance of that once you burn it down.
For sure. It'd be interesting. I'm sure there's got to be a part of him saying these sons of bitches, really? They're putting everything on me.
Do you really think all of these other emails that probably feature some scandalous stuff will remain unknown? You don't think it will leak out at some point, some way, somehow?
I certainly thought that it was going to, but nothing's leaked out since, the NFL lawyer saying basically, I got you back.
It's been a week.
Yeah, but a week's a lot of time.
We'll see.
Anyway, if you didn't see that on Friday, that and, of course, the big news from the NFL outside the Giants sucking is Aaron Rodgers, whoop-de-doo, scores another touchdown. And there's a woman in Chicago who he makes kind of eye contact with who gives him the Eli Manning, a.k.a. the double bird.
Eli Manning.
So in response to this random gal giving him the double bird, he yells 3 or 4 times, I own you people. I've always owned you. I still own you.
He's not wrong.
There you go.
He's not wrong.
So if you thought his competitive juices weren't flowing anymore,
yeah.
He was locked in on that crowd.
I don't blame him, man. I mean, if this really is the final ride as a Green Bay Packer, then you're damn right you're going to remind Chicago Bear fans who owns who.
More of your calls coming up. The Giant debacle, the coach speak afterwards, and is there an end in sight? Well, the end in sight is known as Sam Darnold and the Carolina Panthers. And when they were 3-0, and when the Broncos were 3-0, an attractive bald guy said on this radio station,
they're not any good.
They both suck. Paper Tigers.
You have said that.
Have either one of those teams won since then?
Since that moment? No, I don't think so.
The answer's no.
I think the answer's no.
I did the research. I made the comment. The answer's no. Just saying. I'm just saying. It happens. It happens, Evan. I'm sorry that it happens, but it happens.
I'm not. You think I'm mad at you?
They're 3-0, Carton.
Listen,
3-0.
When you're right.
They're 3-0.
When you're
Robbie
right.
Anderson's the best receiver in football.
Well, first of all, I mean, Carolina's been damaged by not having Christian McCaffrey. That's number one. And number two, from what I watched of that Carolina game, it was backed up. Sam Darnold had like 8 drops in that game from receivers. With that said, I don't mind when Craig's right. I mind when Craig doesn't talk about how wrong he is.
Yeah.
The Jets are going to win 10 games. Deshaun Watson's going to be a Dolphin.
Just like
what?
Just like Joe Judge said, there's a lot of football left.
Don't do that.
There's a lot of play left.
There's a lot of play left, all right.
Hey, listen, your calls plus what's going to happen first? Jason Garrett or Dave Gettleman get fired, or Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman get extended? We'll figure it out. Dunkin' Donuts Perks members, let me tell you something. You want to experience the perks of the fandom? Me and Evan are huge Dunkin' Donut fans. 3-4 days a week, frozen coffee brew, 5 pumps of caramel. And right now, everyone's going bonkers with the pumpkin stuff. But here's the best thing. If you have the Dunkin' Donuts app on your phone and you sign up for perks, you get things like a $2 medium Dunkin' hot coffee, plus so much more.
And right now, you can feel the temperature starting to change. You felt it a little bit yesterday, today. Now is the perfect time, if you haven't, to try a 100% Guatemalan hot coffee. Keep you warm, and it'll take your Dunkin' to the next level. So if you're not a DD Perks member, join right now on the Dunkin' mobile app. Dunkin', baby. We are...
Carton Roberts is presented by Grubhub. Grubhub guarantees your food will get to you on time within the delivery window and for the lowest price compared to other apps, or you'll get at least $5 in perks. Grubhub works hard to serve restaurants.
New Yorkers know a good deal when they see one. Like bars with the best Sunday Fun Day deals, or knowing the good apartments from the not-so-good ones. So let me tell you about Grubhub Plus. Get unlimited free delivery from thousands of New York restaurants. Thank you. 10% cash back on pickups and exclusive awards to save buckets of money on food. You don't have to know a guy. Just sign up for Grubhub Plus and get New York's best food at your fingertips.
Young Mozzarella tweeted, I purchased one of those untucked dress shirts and then tucked it in. If anyone out there is looking for a bad boy. Mr. Mozzarella, this tweet made me realize what I've been missing all along. Bad boys. I would like you to be our first tucked-in model. The models on untuckit.com wear their shirts untucked like they were designed to. We want to market to tucked-in bad boys. Please DM us so we can arrange a photo shoot. Find your shirt today at untuckit.com.
Dear America, I'm revving up to say, I'll always go the extra mile for you. With the latest tech and all-wheel drive. Thank you for making me the best-selling car in America. Be well, Camry.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost service plan with tire rotations, oil changes, and more for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The holidays are back, and so is Blinds To Go's big sale, just in time to get your home ready for the holidays. Right now, save up to 25% on all blinds, shades, drapes, and shutters. Brighten up your home for the holidays. Blinds To Go, we make it easy.
It's 3 a.m. I need a taquito. What do you want?
If you want it, we can get it from the 7-Eleven.
Pizza, pickle, dryer sheets, pickles, tall boys, doggy treats.
We don't need it, but let's get it from the 7-Eleven.
Slurpee, light bulbs, antifreeze. Here's your order, nacho cheese.
If you want it, we can get it from the 7-Eleven.
I'll meet you in heaven.
Tip you, driver. The holidays are back, and so is Blinds To Go's big sale, just in time to get your home ready for the holidays. Right now, save up to 25% on all blinds, shades, drapes, and shutters. Brighten up your home for the holidays. Blinds To Go, we make it easy.
I need to try it first.
Mets fans, be amazing. Use your mobile device or computer to sign up to become an eye, organ, and tissue donor. Go to idonation.org. That's idonation.org. The Eye Bank of New York. Give the gift of sight and life.
There's got to be a better way. At Good To Go Insurance, you can get coverage with as little as $20 down, despite your driving record. Get an online quote for a low monthly payment in less than a minute. Save money by only paying for the coverage you need and get proof of insurance on the spot. Visit goodtogo.com and get coverage fast, cheap, and easy. That's goodtogo.com.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Gotham Steel. Tired of food sticking to the pan? You try to scrape it, and then you scratch it. You may as well trash it. Not anymore. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Gotham Steel. The best technology in non-stick cookware made with ceramic and super strong titanium. Stronger than ever before. It's literally like cooking on air. Everything slides right off. This pan makes cooking so easy. Check out this s'mores recipe. Start with chocolate chips, add sweetened condensed milk, marshmallows, and then bake. That's right, use Gotham Steel in the oven to up to 500 degrees. And then look, it slides right out. Delicious. And it's dishwasher safe. Watch, you'd never whisk eggs in a non-stick pan, right? Well, you can with my pan. Use metal and look, no scratches. No oil or butter, absolutely no sticking and no scratches. It's amazing. Look, burnt cheese is a frying pan disaster. Not with my pan, shredded parmesan, right on the heat. And here's a secret. Shape a bowl for a unique way to serve party dips. Even fire won't damage Gotham Steel. Make steak fajita flambe with ease. No burnt stuck on mess. Just a clean pan and flawless food every time.
We want all of America to try this revolutionary pan. So here's an insane deal from Gotham Steel. Get your 9.5-inch Gotham Steel pan with titanium ceramic surface for just $19.99. Plus, you get your shipping absolutely free. But wait, call now and you can get a Gotham Steel single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's perfect for making personalized eggs and delicious breakfast sandwiches in a flash. Yours free. Call now to get your Gotham Steel nonstick pan for just $19.99 and get a single-serve egg pan absolutely free. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-281-0107 or go to GothamSteel.com. Again, that's 1-800-281-0107 or order online at GothamSteel.com.
Did your job give you mesothelioma or lung cancer? If you had occupational asbestos exposure and now have mesothelioma or lung cancer, you may be entitled to claim some of the $30 billion in asbestos bankruptcy funds, even if you smoked. Call Whites and Luxembourg today. They are the New York law firm who's won the state's highest verdicts for your colleagues and neighbors in their asbestos cases.
Mesothelioma or lung cancer victims, call 800-299-5600. That's 800-299-5600.
Not letting the vaccine get in his way of playing ball. He was playing a little flag football, Ev. Did you enjoy that TMZ video? Or was not your thing?
That does.
Little pickup football game?
That does.
Jersey High School? My man, it looked good, too.
That does concern me. I mean,
why, you might roll an ankle?
Possible, yeah, or worse. Isn't it possible that he plays basketball this year for the Nets?
Oh, just let the man play some pickup football.
Oh, really? Where's Aaron Boone?
What are we doing?
Where's Aaron Boone? Ask him about playing pickup basketball. See what he thinks about that.
Because one guy busted his knee. Kyrie Irving can't play a little flag or a pickup football.
I prefer him not, actually, yeah.
You'd prefer him not.
Well, first of all, I prefer him playing basketball for my team.
So now you have to put a needle in his arm and not play football.
I didn't say that.
Okay. So what else you want to dictate that this guy do?
Isn't there something in his contract that he can't?
I don't know. A lot of contracts have you can't do certain things that, like, you can't high glide.
Okay. Can you play flag football if you're in the NBA or Major League Baseball?
I don't know.
Was Aaron Boone allowed to play pickup basketball?
Probably not. Actually, he wasn't.
So I'm asking a fair question, right?
Well, I mean,
is Kyrie Irving,
you're,
not that
you're
Kyrie
murking
cares.
the waters on it, but all right.
I'm murking the waters?
So here's what you want to do. Maybe he's now violated his contract and the Nets can walk away.
I don't want to do that.
Well,
I
then why
haven't
ask the
told you.
question?
I'm saying that I prefer him not play pickup football.
Why? It's so much fun.
Because I want him to be healthy in case, God forbid, something changes and he can play basketball for my team.
I wish I could play some adult flag football.
Oh, you could play. We could play a game. Want to play a game? Let's go. We'll organize it.
I would love to play a game of flag
organized
football.
a baseball league for 10 years. I'm pretty sure I could organize a football game.
Carton versus Roberts?
No, we're teams. I thought
So
we're teammates.
I'm asking. I don't know what you wanted to do there. Like you want us to put, if we were just putting together a team, you wouldn't get much playing time, but we could certainly do that. If you want to create a team to go against my team,
Yeah, I'd create a team
that's
to
the
go-
only shot you're playing.
Yeah, I'd go. Now I'm going to create a team against you.
Okay, done. Done and done. We'll pick a Saturday in the next 3 weeks.
Big Mac's on
How's
my
that?
team.
Oh,
He's
so
already
your
agreed.
first-round draft pick?
No, it's not
Great.
a
He's
draft
all yours.
pick.
You can have him.
He's a free agent. He's agreed to play for my team.
Great. Good. Bad decision on your part, free agent, but enjoy yourself.
Well, who are you gonna
think?
bring
You
in?
think that is going to be good at flag football?
Here's the difference between you and I. The difference between you and I is that you're thinking about, I want the best players to crush people.
There's no blocking
I'm
in
thinking
flag
about
football.
friends. C-Mac's a good dude. We drove to Boston together. I like him, so I want him on my team.
Fine. We will create a Carton versus Roberts flag football game
Damn
for the
right.
one of these upcoming Saturdays.
And you know
Is
who's
that
joined my team?
And Carton's in trouble.
You're damn right he is.
How?
C-Mac coming off the edge.
There's.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I just confirmed that I was another signing for Team Roberts. We're pleased to welcome Anthony Carton is joining Team Roberts. Oh, is it Lucky too? Okay. The whole Carton family is playing for Team Roberts with me and C-Mac.
Let me see that
Who
text.
you got so far?
Let me. There's
no text
I
yet.
know Lucky didn't send that text. Anthony might have. Anthony might have. But
I
Lucky didn't send
I have
that
not
text.
recruited them yet. I was going to, but I'm
No,
waiting.
I'll keep my family on my team. No problem. I might even let Lucky play quarterback.
Well, he's good.
Yeah, now you got no shot. That's all. Now you've got no shot at all. Yeah.
see.
The recruiting has begun, by the way.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Let me text Anthony. He's going to get to Lucky and say, hey.
Tell Anthony he can be quarterback for your team. Here's Chris in Manhattan on the fan. Chris, what's up?
Yeah, all of a sudden, no excuses, no busted shoulder, no rotator cuff, no nothing. You're perfect to go.
No, I got a torn rotator cuff. Everyone knows about that.
Oh,
Nah.
Yeah.
So you can-
Chris, here's
so
what
if
he's
you
going to
lose,
do.
So if you lose, that's the excuse.
Exactly. See, this is the way Craig works. He agrees to play because he's a big,
Yeah.
tough guy. Then when or if
You're
things
funny,
go
Chris.
bad, then he whips out the injuries. He doesn't whip out the injuries initially. You got to learn the book of cards.
I go in acknowledging my injuries, but I love to play. So that's why I don't get guys that don't love to play. Because as you get older, it's not that it's taken away from you, but there's less opportunity. Fewer guys that want to play.
Right.
Like my father-in-law plays in an over 60 basketball league. Not like once a week. It's great, right? Like I'm scared of the day when I don't play some type of sport somewhere.
You love doing it.
I love doing it.
I'm with you the same way. And I'm not even good at it, and I
game
love doing
on.
it. Yeah.
If I may drop some fighting words on you, game on, bitch.
By the way, Lukey's on your team because when he was over
No, he's
Casa
not.
de Roberts,
No,
I
he's
threw
not.
him a perfect pass.
Yeah.
And he went through his hands and he blamed the darkness. Well, I
By the way,
can't see. There's no light.
You said everyone's a free agent. I didn't sign him.
Well, I think you have to sign.
No, I don't have to sign him.
out of respect.
No. He could come watch the
You're
game.
going to leave him unsigned?
Are you?
I already signed C-Mac. I'm busy. I
You
have
can
a
have
full
them
roster.
both. I don't care. Here's Randy in Farmingdale. Randy, what's up?
Hey, Craig and Evan.
What's up?
Hi.
Hi, I've been a long time listening to both these guys on both of your shows in the past, and I want to say you guys do a phenomenal job together.
Thank you very
So
much. Like I said, you
congratulations
got
on
to
that.
give new shows 12 to 18 months, and then you never turn it off again.
I thought it was
Listen,
3
you
years.
You guys were great when you first came on. I thought that from day one.
Thank
But listen, let me get right into it with these Giants. Here's the problem with John Marin, how he set this team up. You got Dave Gettleman, who's in his fourth year as general manager. You have a quarterback in Daniel Jones, who's in his third year at quarterback, and a head coach in his second year.
Yep.
So we all think, Dave Gettleman's going to be fired at the end of the year like he should. What are you going to do with the coach and the quarterback? I guess you'd have the new.
Well, I think it's a fair question, Randy. Here's where you're at. So if everyone agrees the GM is gone, I don't think necessarily that Joe Judge is gone, but Gettleman's gone. Whoever you bring in to be the general manager, he's going to want to bring his own coaching staff. But even if you put that to the side, it's not as if the Joe Judge, Patrick Graham coaching combination has won anything. It hasn't. Garrett's clearly going to be gone as well. Here's the only question that matters is, what does that new executive think about your quarterback? Because if you think he's got the goods, if surrounded by talent, he'd be a top 10 quarterback in the league, which is what your goal's got to be. The new guy's got to decide that.
Well, what I don't understand is, let's say they bring in this unnamed new guy, right? The new young executive that John Mara hands him the keys to the organization and says, let's go. If that guy is that good and that open-minded, he's going to look at Daniel Jones, he's going to look at Joe Judge, and he's going to make a decision on them.
Yeah.
And maybe
but
that
I think
decision...
I think that could be mutually exclusive. I don't think that it's got to be they're both here, they're both
I didn't say that, but what I'm saying is the guy can look at what's here and make a decision. I've watched Joe Judge over 2 years. You know what? I kind of like him. I'm going to keep him around.
Are you going to, do you think, I'm just asking, it's not for factual, it's just where you'd come from. Are you going to judge Daniel Jones' first 5 games this year? Do you judge him on the failures like yesterday? Like, overall, what do you think the average executive is going to think today about Daniel Jones?
There are a lot of factors when deciding on your quarterback that don't include just your quarterback. And what I mean by that is, you're going to have 2 picks in this draft. You're going to evaluate this draft. If there's no quarterback that you love in this draft, if there isn't a guy that you're standing on the table saying, that's my guy, then yeah, you bring Daniel Jones back another year, and you give it another year to see if he's your guy. If there is somebody who you love, there's somebody that you're like, oh, my God, this is my guy, then you dump him. Like, it doesn't have to be exclusive to, okay, how do you view Daniel Jones in the 3 years he's been here? 3 years that featured a completely different head coach in year number 1, a different head coach in OC in year 2 and 3. Like, it can be related to how you view you can get better at the position. Let's say, no jokes, Russell Wilson is available. Let's say he really is.
Yeah.
Well, you as the new GM may say, let me go get a franchise quarterback. He's right there, and I think I got 7 or 8 more years left of him. So I think that decision around Daniel Jones isn't as simple as, okay, let's evaluate the games he's played this year. Let's evaluate the games he played in year number 1. Let's evaluate the 32 games he's played to this point. He's 9-23. Okay, those are his numbers.
Yep.
I think a lot of it also involves, well, how do I get better at the position if this isn't my guy?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting for the Jets and for the Giants, because most people tell you that next year's draft is a defensive-heavy first-round draft. There's always going to be a couple quarterbacks that you've probably never seen play, or maybe you've just heard about, like the kid at Ole Miss, the kid at Liberty, a couple of these guys that all of a sudden are going to become, oh, my God, I have to get this guy. But there's also, again, I'm not a draft guy, so I'm basing it on what draft sites are saying.
Right.
So I wanted to be clear about this. These are not my thoughts. I'm looking just overall what people are saying about the 22 NFL draft. There's like 3 or 4 stud offensive linemen supposedly in this draft.
Sure.
So if you believe in your quarterback, we know the Jets do. The Giants, we don't know yet. You have a chance to immediately upgrade your offensive line.
My whole
it's
point,
not sexy, but it's how you win.
And look, my whole point about, well, why can't a new guy keep Daniel Jones is that it doesn't have to be about the ego of, that's not my guy. If you believe in him and you think he's a better option than the kids that are available in this draft or the veteran quarterbacks that are available via free agency or trade, why would the own ego of, well, that's not my guy, be the reason you don't bring him back?
I agree. And I think Daniel Jones can play.
I'm mixed about
Daniel Jones.
Daniel
And I think he's proven that over the first 5 games again.
Has he? Have you watched the last game and a half?
I think yesterday's game is a complete aberration for what he's done this year.
Craig, I agreed with you over the first 4 games until the last game and a half. He's been dreadful. Yeah. And so that's why when you say, hey, do you believe in Daniel Jones? Dude, I am completely mixed on him.
You're also talking about, he lost Saquon 2 weeks ago, right? He lost his starting left tackle. He's got Nate Solder out there, who clearly doesn't belong out there. There are other things that do go into why he has had a lousy 6 quarters of football.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want me to do this?
What?
All right.
What? Here's
You think Sam
Annie in
Darnold... No, hold on one second.
Hold on one second,
Hold on.
Annie.
Annie, I
Apparently, doesn't like
apologize.
talking to female callers.
No, it has nothing to do with
I'm sorry,
that.
Annie. Hold on.
Maybe I won't do it right now. You know what? Let's go to... I'm going to save this for a different day.
Yeah.
But
So
I
you wanna
think
go to
you
Bobby
should
D
take a...
instead?
No, go to Annie.
That's so
But
disrespectful to Annie,
I think
though.
what you need to do, so you're
Yeah.
ready for this discussion,
Go
which
ahead.
shouldn't happen today.
Okay.
Is I want you to look back at Sam Darnold's time with the Jets
garbage.
and Daniel Jones' time so far with the Giants, and I want you to compare them and tell me if you see a great difference. That's your homework assignment.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay?
I mean, listen, I can't go to bed early tonight. I've got homework I have
Just
to
do it, and then get back to me
Yeah,
and
but I
tell
also
me.
have to watch episode 6 of Squid Game tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm up to... I just got past the Marble episode. Did not like the Marble episode at all. I'm up to... They claim that's like the greatest episode. I did not like the Marble episode.
Did you ever watch a show called You?
No.
You was a show, it was so sick and twisted, that came out a few years ago about this guy who was obsessed with this girl, stole her phone, knew everything about her, seduced her, and I think ultimately killed her. Not to give away season 1.
Sounds like a great show I don't want to watch.
Okay, so this show is continued on. They just debuted season 3 of You.
Okay.
It is so messed up,
Yeah.
but I got to tell you, it's off to a flying start
All right.
2 episodes in.
A lot of
Go back.
killing and stuff.
Well, listen, I apologize for giving away season 1. My apologies. I apologize
You just
about
said that she dies. Yeah,
I
great.
made a mistake. She didn't really
I
die.
know how that ends.
Go back and watch season 1 and then season 2. If you like bleeped up shows, and clearly you do.
And it's just called You?
It's called
Y-O-U?
Y-O-U.
All right.
All right,
When
check
I'm
it
done
out.
with Squid Game, I'll watch You.
So you got 2 homework assignments. You're going to
No, I'm not
compare
watching You tonight.
Daniel Jones' first 32 games as a Giant to Sam Darnold's 38 games as a Jet. Great assignment. And then when you're done, if you have some free time, as like an extra credit,
But I'm up to the next episode.
I want you to watch You.
But I'm not going to watch You till I finish Squid Game.
I get it. I'm not saying all tonight,
Okay.
but in the next few weeks.
Yeah, Squid Game. The Marvel episode was effed up. I just didn't. I just kind of sat there for me. Yeah, that's all.
Isn't the whole show effed up?
Yeah, part of it's kind of cartoonish to me.
Isn't the whole show about just
like it's not
killing people?
scary at all? Like a lot of people die, and yet it's not scary.
Why is it not scary? Because it's not realistic?
I don't know. It's just not scary.
Is it because it's not in the language that you're familiar
I watch
with?
it in English.
Oh, you're watching it with the dubs?
Yeah, I don't want to read it. I want to hear it.
Gotcha.
If I wanted to read, I go to the library. And I love the library. It's one of my favorite places to go.
Where do you like
the New York
going?
Public Library is one of my favorite buildings in the world.
I love the library. It's one of my favorite
the
places.
library is, I mean, money. I love the library so much.
Yeah.
Here's Bobby D in Mayapack. Bobby, what's going on?
Hey, guys. You know, here's the bottom line. If you're the ownership and you got to say, are these the guys, do I have faith in them to go forward? If not, you don't wait to the end of the year
to
fire these guys in January. You do it now so you get a head start to go with your system.
I got no problem with that, Bobby. I'm all for that. I have no problem saying, listen, we don't like what we see. It hasn't gotten any better. You know, why wait 3 months and make Giant fans go through that? We're cutting cord today. I love it.
And the thing is, you guys are the experts. Okay, how many of Bill Belichick's assistants have made good head coaches?
None.
I really don't know.
But that's
Zero.
Bobby. You're not wrong
Well
when you
played,
look
sir.
at the Belichick tree. But is that your reasoning now for never interviewing guys from the Belichick tree? Like, is that what we're going to do now?
I don't care if you interview them, don't hire them.
No more drafting USC quarterbacks. That doesn't work. And no more hiring anyone who ever looked at Bill Belichick. Is that really what we're going to do?
I think you'd be silly to do that because why eliminate any candidate? That being said, there are guys that go through the Belichick program and get opportunities, and not a single one of them has had any type of long-term success.
I understand that the Belichick tree, for the most part, hasn't given these great benefits. But what does that mean when people make that point? Does that mean, because I want to further this
we
discussion.
haven't found the next Bill Belichick.
Okay, so you're not going to interview anyone from a Belichick staff. Is that,
Well,
is that
that's
the
what
declaration?
Bobby said.
Well, you agreed with him.
No,
so I'm
I
asking you
said,
then.
I don't think if you're looking to hire the best, I think it's every stone's got to be unturned.
Okay.
But I would be reticent now to hire a Belichick disciple because I now have a pretty good framework of history showing that the 6 guys that did get a chance, none of them panned out.
Dude, I'm not disagreeing.
Maybe that's Belichick's fault that he doesn't prepare them.
Maybe.
Because he's all-encompassing, all decisions there.
Maybe.
I don't know. I know what's happened thus far, and sadly, it has not proved to be a winner.
I get it. I understand it. I guess it just goes back to when I hear, hey, why would you draft a quarterback out of USC? Why would you do this or that based on the track record?
Right.
I'd say, well, what does that mean? Does that mean
It's like
you
a
want to
trend
never do
handicapper.
it again?
Like the next
And what do you
great-
think of trend handicappers?
What's that?
And what do you think of trend handicapping?
Oh, I'm not a fan of it. But
Okay.
I know that it exists.
Okay, I know it exists.
Like what the New York Giants did in 1977 at home as a dog against an NFC team coming off 3 straight wins. It means nothing.
Exactly. So what does it mean when we say, okay, Belichick tree stinks?
Well,
Or
who
we
said
ignore-
that? I didn't say that. Bobby said it.
Yeah, and you said I agree.
No,
I'm asking
I
a question.
said I would be reticent to blindly hire a Belichick guy
Do you
because
think,
that's
hold
how
on.
they got Joe Judge.
Do you think the Giants blindly
Yes,
hired Joe
I
Judge
do.
because of Belichick? I don't.
do.
Here's what I think happened. I think they were blown away by his interview. Now, we can laugh at that now because it hasn't worked, just like we laugh
How many
about...
times do you think he said right there in the interview?
Oh, I think he was much calmer. I bet you he presented himself in a great way during that interview. And I think that's what... He lit up the room, as Fred Wilpon said about Art Howe.
I'll do you one better. I think that they back-channeled to Bill Belichick and said, what do you think about him?
Oh, I'm sure.
And I think Belichick loved him.
And I'm sure there's nothing...
I think Belichick said, he's your guy, hire him. Diamond in the rough.
But is there anything wrong with that?
No,
of course you're going to
of
ask.
course. Like, Belichick did not say that about all his guys.
Right. Eric Mangini, right?
He didn't. He told Mangini not to take the job. And the day Mangini took the job was the day Belichick cut him off. If you don't remember the history of that. And because Belichick cut him off, Mangini was then willing to rat Belichick out.
On Spygate. Yeah,
On Spygate. That's how that played out. Like schoolgirls. Belichick was like, you're not ready or that's not the right job for you. When you are, you'll get the job. And to Belichick's credit, he's been pretty good about that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Mangini said, I ain't turning it down.
Right.
Turned his back on the Godfather.
I don't blame him, though. He's getting an opportunity.
So the Godfather said, you're dead to me. So, like a lot of rats these days, he turned out and said, Spygate, gotcha.
Right.
Of course, Belichick did win another Super Bowl.
By the way,
and we're on our 4th coach since.
The other thing with the Belichick coaching tree is up until about 3 weeks ago, literally, we all thought Brian Flores was a hit.
Yeah, what are they, 1-5?
They're terrible now, but 2 years in, what did we think of Brian Flores?
Oh, he's the best up-and-coming young, aggressive coach out there, right?
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with the premise that the Belichick coaching tree stinks. How could I argue with that? I think it's more of, what are you going to do about that? Does that mean you're just cutting the branches off and never interviewing anyone? Just like, are you blindly never going to draft a quarterback from USC ever again?
Well, you give it some thought, though. You certainly have to at least have the conversation. You have to say, all right, here are the 5 guys that came out of USC in the last 15 years. Which one of them would you want today? Answer none. Is there something in the water there that we don't know about, right?
Yeah.
Like, who would you say? Would you say Leinart is the most successful?
No, Mark Sanchez was more successful than Matt Leinart.
No, you know who it is?
In the NFL?
No, it's obviously Carson Palmer.
Well, yeah, but you didn't mention Carson Palmer. You just said
Yeah.
Leinart was more successful than Sanchez?
I meant Carson Palmer.
Oh.
I said Leinart.
Yeah,
It's
Carson
on me.
Palmer had a more successful
But-
NFL career than Mark Sanchez.
Now,
He had
Mark
a long
Sanchez
career,
went to
too.
2 AFC championship games,
Yeah.
and he's good looking as all heck, and now he's
No,
on
Carson
TV.
Palmer had a good NFL career.
Yeah,
good
until
NFL
the Steelers decided to attack his knees.
Van Olhoffen.
Yeah.
Remember that play?
Dirty play. Took out his knees, ended his career, essentially.
Yeah. That was a shame, man. That was terrible.
Bengals look pretty good these days, though, don't they?
They do. Looks like
Are
they
they
got
5-1?
They are 4-2, and they're about to play the Baltimore Ravens. That should be a very intriguing matchup.
The
this
Ravens
weekend.
were, boy, I tell you, Lamar Jackson's MVP of the league again.
You think so?
Playing like it. He's certainly
How
a
about their
finalist.
running game, too, by the way, after all the injuries they suffered in the preseason,
Just
how
pisses
well
me
that's
off.
been.
Like, if you're a Giant fan, we've gone through this as the Jets too many times, so I want to put this on the Giants. The New York Giants could have drafted Patrick Mahomes. The New York Giants could have drafted Lamar Jackson. They said no because they had an aging Eli Manning who never misses a game to his credit. And they were like, oh, no, we'll be just fine.
You do have to wonder, though. You do have to wonder, and this is not a knock on Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or even Matthew Stafford, because we're seeing it right now. When you go to a bad organization who doesn't know what the hell they're doing, what happens to your career early in it?
Right. Steve Young playing for Tampa is a no-name. Steve Young going to the Walsh system in San Francisco, and Jerry Rice is now a Hall of Famer.
I mean, but think about it. Patrick Mahomes, and I think Patrick Mahomes is all-world despite all the picks this season, despite all that. This is a kid who sits his first year and gets coached by Andy Reid with weapons all around him.
Yeah, it's different. For
John
sure.
Harbaugh knew, here's how I got to adjust with a Lamar Jackson offense. It's not a knock on those guys.
And I know we got to take a break, but what Harbaugh did is even more amazing. They, for a minute, the highest paid quarterback in the history of the game who did win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
And they said, your time's up. Goodbye. Just peace out.
Not easy to do, and look what happened.
Because we got a guy that we think could be special.
Right.
No guarantee he was going to be special.
The Giants had a very difficult time doing that. Now, I think the Giant fans had more of an attachment to Eli than the Raven fan did with Joe Flacco. I think Eli was a better quarterback than Joe Flacco. With that said, they cut that Band-Aid off much quicker than the Giants ever did.
Yep. Well, so that's how it plays out, and that's why you're sitting at 1-5 and trying to figure out who gets fired first. Is there an update on Aaron Boone? We'll tell you after the break on The Fan. Spend less time on cooking and cleanup and more time enjoying with Grubhub. The most restaurants, the most rewards. Stay in and save by ordering Grubhub. Save with perks, pre-order food, and express reorder. 24/7 customer service, contact-free delivery, whether it's a special deal at a local spot or hundreds of dollars in free food from restaurants around the hood. Perks offers Grubhub diners one place to find exclusive offers from nearby restaurants. Get the deals you love on the food you love with perks from Grubhub and grub what you love.
Carton Roberts on SNY is brought to you by Dunkin'. Sip until fall with a $3 medium pumpkin cream cold brew or pumpkin spice signature latte at Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Valid on pumpkin spice signature latte only and all cold foam cold brew. America runs on Dunkin'.
Caleb Gardner tweeted, "Can someone please explain Untuck It to me? I just don't understand the positioning. Shirts designed to be worn untucked have existed for a long, long time. Mr. Gardner, respectfully, there's a difference between a shirt that can be worn untucked and a shirt designed to be worn untucked. You could use a leaf blower as a hairdryer.
You can use a shoe as a pillow. But wouldn't you rather have something designed specifically for what you need it for?
Find your shirt today at untuckit.com.
First, there was Vegas, then Atlantic City. Now, your pocket. DraftKings has an online casino where you can play your favorite games whenever and wherever you want. Slots, blackjack, live dealer games, and more.
New casino players can get a deposit bonus up to $2,000 plus free casino credits.
Download the app or visit us online. Try DraftKings Casino today with our exclusive offer and experience the casino floor like never before.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
It's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
I need warriors like you.
What do I have to do?
Join us.
The journey from here is yours to decide. But that is just the beginning.
Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins.
Ooh, what are we running next, huh? What about the skinny post? Not too skinny, though, more like regular.
Guys, I can see your mouths moving.
Oh, yes, you can. That's me right there.
No, not a good thing.
Oh, okay. How about a Lompoc leaf blower? That's not even on there. A slappy two-pump slant?
Wag the dog.
Razzle-dazzle?
Ooh, wag the cat.
All right, go get him, Dak. Don't forget those plays.
Get front row seats every Sunday afternoon with NFL Sunday Tickets.
Slappy two-pump slant.
Works every time.
Every live game, every Sunday, only on DirecTV.
Made a lot of questionable choices. Was it all because I was dehydrated? Nah.
But now I'm trying to make smarter decisions, hydrating with smart water and stuff like that. Keep living smart. Ow!
The latest baseball chatter.
You need to invest in free agents if you want to win quickly.
With the only opinions
Don't be stupid and let this guy go.
you need.
They need both those guys and more.
On Baseball Night in New York, presented by Cadillac. Tonight at 6, only on SNY. Geico Sports Night on SNY.
What's good, beautiful people? Welcome to the show.
Your nightly source for all things New York sports.
We begin with the Jets.
And over to the Mets now.
The Knicks looking to make it 2 in a row. Wait until you see how they finish things off.
With continuous updates on the latest New York sports news.
We welcome in our Yankees insider.
Ian, thanks for joining us with the latest.
More on Dave Gettleman and the Giants.
Geico Sports Night. All night, every night, starting at 11 p.m. Only at SNY.
Get your New York sports here.
Did your job give you mesothelioma or lung cancer? If you had occupational asbestos exposure and now have mesothelioma or lung cancer, you may be entitled to claim some of the $30 billion in asbestos bankruptcy funds, even if you smoked. Call Whites & Luxembourg today. They are the New York law firm who's won the state's highest verdicts for your colleagues and neighbors in their asbestos cases.
Mesothelioma or lung cancer victims, call 800-299-5600. That's 800-299-5600.
Everybody has a flashlight, but can your flashlight do this? Or how about this? The Bell & Howell Tactical Flashlight can. Similar to flashlights used by elite military units, the Bell & Howell Tac Light can do things no ordinary flashlight can do. Look, this civilian flashlight puts out pathetic light, but our military-grade Tac Light, that's 22 times as bright. It's so bright, it can be seen up to 5 nautical miles away. And if that something that goes bump in the night turns out to be someone, only a Tac Light has a super bright strobe that can stun and disorient would-be attackers. A car battery will stop working in sub-zero temperatures, but even getting frozen in a block of ice couldn't make our Tac Light stop working. And it'll keep working when fully submerged in water, even 212-degree boiling water. It's tough enough to survive getting run over by a Humvee. Try that with a regular flashlight. Compact and lightweight, it goes where you go, so you can feel safe in dark places at night or just have the right light for emergency situations. And there's never been a better choice for camping, fishing, or hunting. What else? 5 preset modes. It's made of high-grade aircraft aluminum. The bulb lasts 100,000 hours. I mean, there's just nothing like it on the market today. Here's how to get yours.
Tactical flashlights of this quality are selling right now for $60 or more. But Bell & Howell has slashed their price to just $19.99, and they'll even ship it to you free. Plus, every Tac Light comes with a lifetime guarantee. Want even more? Call now and you can get a second Tac Light. Just pay a separate fee. Here's how to order.
To get your Tac Light for only $19.99 with free shipping, call 1-800-583-0224 or go to trytaclight.com. This offer is not available in stores, so call 1-800-583-0224 or order online at trytaclight.com.
Everyone loves a champion, someone whose performance puts them head and shoulders above the rest. But not all champions wear a medal or hoist a trophy. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. We believe abuse can be prevented by taking a hard look at how we coach, how we train, and how we interact after the last whistle. We have provided over 2 million safe sport trainings. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, ending abuse is not just our job. It's our promise.
New York Giants. The only good news is that they play Sam Darnold and the Panthers this week. But for the next 6 days, it's going to be about why, what, how. And your head coach after the game had nothing but dopey coach speak, talking about being on a submarine. And if there's a leak on the ship, someone's got to plug it, blah, blah, blah. Well, he also spoke today. And our friend Kim Jones asked him a question. I don't know if you have is the question in here as well? Okay, so the question basically is, how can you assure Giant fans that it's going to get better? Like, you're 1-5.
Reassure me, Coach.
Tell me something that makes the average Giant fan who's busting his ass, buying tickets, only to be bored out of his mind and miserable by 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Is there any chance, because I have not heard Joe's answer,
Neither
Joe Judge's
have I,
answer.
but it's probably some kind of stupid high school coach being on the yellow submarine.
Is there any chance you'll walk away and say, yeah, that would make me feel better as a Giant
That's a good
fan?
question. Is there a chance he says something that makes me say he gets it? Even?
Yeah.
No
shot whatsoever.
No shot, because that's not his thing.
I'm going to give him a 20% shot.
Not even close.
A small shot, but you never know that maybe this is his
Evan,
moment.
haven't you heard him enough this year?
I have.
He doesn't speak English.
I get it, but this is his crisis moment. He hasn't really faced a crisis like this yet. Maybe with a good night's sleep, maybe with a pep talk from his wife. Joe Judge has put together like a coherent, all right, I'm going to make the fans feel better kind of speech.
Well, I'll tell you what, if there's two right there's in this thing, then I know I'm right. He'll say nothing that's going to appease me if I'm a Giant fan. You know the setup. Kim asked the question. Here's the response.
This is definitely going to get better, Kim. So there you go. So I don't know what kind of guarantee they want, but I can assure everyone out there who's a Giants fan and they want to know when it's going to turn. I can tell them right now, we're working tirelessly to make sure we get this thing turned in the right direction, not just for short-term results, but for long-term success.
Yeah, that wasn't good. I didn't like it.
Oh, hey, you're a dire Giant fan. You forget about yesterday. They're working tirelessly to make it better.
That wasn't good.
Oh, thank God. Oh, I feel so much better. You know, I thought for a minute that the head coach wasn't working to make it better. And here's what's effed up about it. They've been working tirelessly to make it better, and they got boned yesterday.
You know what the worst part of that answer was? Early on, he's looking at Kim with his words. I don't know if he's looking, saying, "Is that good?" Like, it's going to turn around. Is that good, Kim?
Play it again. Play it again.
Go.
This is definitely going to get better, Kim. So there you go. So
Stop it. There you go. This is definitely going to get better, Kim. So there you go.
Yeah, like I'm done. All right. I told you it's going to get better. I'm out. I'll see you guys later.
Let me tell you something. I feel so much better that Joe Judge told Kim it's going to get better, so there you go.
There you go.
I mean, from his mouth to God's ears, right? And here's what's going to happen. They're going to beat the Panthers on Sunday. I truly believe that.
I agree.
And he's going to come in after that game. Told you we worked tirelessly to get it right, to figure it out.
What would have been the approach if it was Coach Carton and your team is this bad and Kim Jones says, Coach Craig, assure the Giant fan it's going to get better? What would have been your approach to that answer that would have been a lot better than what Judge just gave you?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different ways he could have gone there.
I know.
Like, way number one, just be totally honest, I got no idea.
You can't say that.
I sure as hell hope so.
You can't say that.
Because I just bought a house. And I went to Madison Mortgage, and the loan closed in less than 17 days. But, I need some money in the bank.
That option's not good, next.
You can't say that?
No.
Well, okay, right there, Kim. This is why I had those men play for 60 minutes right there. Because we're going to fight. And these guys are going to know that the fight never stops. It's 60 minutes of fighting. Until I've got no breath left in my lungs, we're going to fight for 60 minutes. That's not an answer.
No, it's an extension from Sunday. Give me something else. Give me something better. So
you
far, you're 0 for 2.
No, I'm doing something. I said there's many. I'm getting to them. I'm getting to it, Evans.
I'm so excited.
Did I not say there's many answers?
That's true. So these are not your decision.
No.
These are other options. Give me option 3, Craig.
Well, Kim, it's a good question. And I didn't sleep last night because of how we performed.
Off to a good start.
And the Giant fan deserves better. The Leigh Wellington Mara deserves better. The NFL deserves better. And I'm not going to rest until I deliver better. So I have to recognize that I made some mistakes. The first mistake I made was allowing Dave Gettleman to convince me that Jason Garrett was the right offensive coordinator for this job.
That would have been fantastic.
Now, we wish Jason the best, but he's no longer offensive coordinator. Freddie Kitchens is now the offensive coordinator of this team. That's number one. I hold everyone accountable, not just the players who didn't perform.
That'd been good.
You don't get the job done, you're gone. If I don't get the job done, I know I'm gone.
Yes.
And that's my pledge to the Giant fans.
He was never going to be able to fire Jason Garrett during a press conference, but what I was thinking was the last thing you said, which is put it out there to the fans that I'm going to do everything I can to turn this thing around, and guess what? If I don't, I ain't going to be here.
And you pull the old, I don't deserve
to be here.
I don't deserve to wear the Giant emblem or the NFL shield. I don't.
Right.
So I'm not going to sleep until I do get it right. And I've already seen things that I know we can do better at. It's not just a talent level. It's not just do they have the ability to play? It's all encompassing. And yesterday was embarrassment.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if I could refund every Giant fan the cost of their ticket, I would. But I can't.
They don't pay me enough.
They don't pay me enough yet to do that. But I told John Mara, you should.
Yeah. And then you know what he did? He threw a garbage can. So there
He
you
kicked
go.
3 garbage cans at me yesterday, and one almost hit my ankle.
Yeah, that would have been better. I like that option.
Yeah.
His option was just lame. Because
So
it
I gave
looked
you
as
3
if-
options. You like the last.
Oh, third one was great because it sounded as if he was trying to make him happy. Like, which could get better. See right there? Like almost.
Is that good enough for you,
Is that
Tim?
good enough? Am I done? Can I leave now?
How about this?
Did I pass my exam?
Is it going to get better? Yes, it is. Is that good enough for you? No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, I'm sure there's more to this press conference we'll hear later on. Like I would have asked, why was Daniel Jones playing in the fourth quarter, having been concussed a week earlier?
But that's an easy answer.
I want to hear it.
But he already gave it. Here's what I want to hear. Do you remember how his press conference sort of began? One of the first
Which one,
things,
yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to look this up if you've heard it. So yesterday, he basically said, without naming names, I wanted to make sure everybody was going to compete.
Right. No quit.
And the first question was, hey, did you notice on the eye test guys not competing? And instead of saying, no, everybody was trying, he said, I'm going to look at the tape. So did someone today follow up and say, all right, coach, you watched the tape. Did guys quit?
I got a better one for you. Now that you say it, just unearthed it in my brain.
Yeah.
He made a comment, I believe, to the halftime reporter. I forget her name.
Oh, about the quarterback, right?
Where he said, the next 30 minutes will determine who my quarterback is.
Yeah. So
now, that kind of has been glossed over in the embarrassing nature of the loss and the submarine comment. But I hope someone said to him, you told the sideline reporter, I apologize, I do forget her name, that the second half of yesterday's game was going to let you know. Can you guys get that audio, please? Who my quarterback was.
Play the audio because here's my opinion on this a day later. I don't think he said that. I think she somehow misinterpreted or it came out incorrectly because there was no sign, Craig, from his coaching in the second half towards his comments yesterday.
Well, we all heard
that
it,
he
though.
was. Yeah, I think she misspoke. I'm gonna say.
You think she misspoke?
There's nothing there because
that's a very specific thing to misspeak,
dude. Did he sit Daniel Jones at all in the second half?
I'm just telling.
And then after the game, he was complimentary of the quarterback, how he's done so many positive things since he's been here.
So you think he didn't say that?
I don't think he said it. No, or it just was a miscommunication.
That's a pretty big F-up, no?
I think
if you tell Giant fans watching that game, I talked to the head coach. Joe Judge just told me the next 30 minutes will determine who my quarterback is.
And that's fine. And when I heard it, I believed it too. But did he give you any sign of that, not just with how he coached the second half, but with his comments after the game? He didn't say he's reconsidering quarterback. Did he say that?
Nor should he, but I'm just going based on what was reported.
If he had said that to the reporter, wouldn't he have opened it up as, let's see. I heard him. I forget the question that was asked, but because I listened to his press conference twice for some reason. I don't know why. I guess I love listening to Joe Judge. And he was heaping praise on Daniel Jones. It didn't sound like a guy.
Right, so we all know the answer, but I think you have to follow up that report with the question,
Sure.
right? Doesn't someone have to say, hey, it was broadcast yesterday on TV that you were going to use the second half to determine who your quarterback is. Where are we at with that?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, let him just say Daniel Jones is my quarterback.
Daniel Jones is my quarterback.
But it'd be interesting to follow up on the report.
Yeah.
Unless the report was totally...
I don't think it was.
Erroneous.
I think it was. And I wouldn't say erroneous.
Of the erroneous nature.
Like, I don't think she made it up. I just think it sounds as if there was some weird miscommunication.
You think she's bad at her job?
I didn't say that.
Well, she either made it up, invented it,
or the head coach doesn't communicate very well.
Or the head coach said
that? Or the head coach was expressing something completely different, and it